Hello and welcome everyone to our show today. We have Dr. Eilis Philpott here today, and she is I'm just going to read a little bit of it just so I don't miss anything, but she's been a healing practitioner for 20 plus years and has been helping people in understanding who they are at the core, at their soul level. I've done sessions with her too, and it's remarkable. She uses various modalities, and she also teaches these modalities globally to many students. So welcome today. How are you?
Thank you for inviting me and welcoming me on your show. I'm very excited.
So Eilis and I know each other for several years now. And yeah, her sessions have helped me in understanding who I am at the core. And when I walk out of a session, I know who I am. And that's always a really plus of walking out of a session.
Focus.
So if you want to share a little bit about what your message is through your work,
I think, and obviously it develops over the years and whatever, but my core mission is to bring love to the planet. And it's to teach people how to love themselves, again, at the core level, very deep soul level, so that they know and value who they are in the here and now, human being walking the planet, doing their journey, doing their mission. Part of my belief is that we are all divine beings. We chose to come here to have a human experience, and having that human experience means feeling all the feelings, experiencing everything that we're experiencing without judgment. So it's like we like to judge our of anger and sadness and frustration, and often will want to feel the joy and the happiness and the so-called positive feelings. The reality is there's no such thing as positive or negative feelings. They're all just energy and motion. Emotion is energy and motion. And if we can get to a place of accepting that emotion is just energy, and we can bring love and light and acceptance to those shadow areas of ourselves, to those emotions, then it takes away a layer of struggling to get to the other side of whatever the feeling is, basically. So it's like we have a feeling, we judge it, we decide if it's good or bad, we think, oh my God, I've got to stop feeling this, how am I going to stop feeling it? Whereas what I teach is that you feel a feeling, oh, why are you feeling that? Where is it coming from? And if you can go a bit deeper, maybe do some inner child work, or just, I love you for showing up because I know you needed love and light. And that's the bottom line, I think, of everything. And all the modalities are just different ways of approaching that and accessing different energies and playing the game of life. So that's kind of a very long answer for a short question.
It's kind of like the core feeling is here, guilt or shame or whatever it is, but then we add these layers on top, and that's where the struggles come from.
Yeah.
We could just
right. So if you have this and then you have something on top of it, you can't put love and light in there. Take this off, the love and light can come in and dissipate it.
And
the ones who said all shadow is looking for is to be loved and accepted.
Yeah. Like a child.
Yeah. So, sometimes when I'm doing my own, if stuff is coming up for me, because stuff comes up for me because I'm human, and I will often be able to connect to a child aspect of myself and really love her through whatever it was that she was experiencing at the time, so that the charge is taken off it.
And then the other end of it is that we try to avoid all these feelings,
right,
and just be in light and love and bliss and peace, and which what does that do to our human experience?
Right, exactly. It's like I'm just going to live in the top chakras, but I'm not going to be planted on the earth, and I came here to do, and therefore the body suffers because all that energy is being stuffed into the physical body. So then people get sick.
And then it's like kind of like, yeah, like grounded. We're not grounded in reality then.
And part of this paradigm shift that we're in at the moment is about being in a place. The way I picture it is like my head is up in the 7th dimension or Christ consciousness, while my feet are firmly planted on the ground. So it's about having a spiritual experience, but living your life at the same time. That's the kind of easiest way I can explain it, I think.
Yeah, yeah. There's like certain rules that we have to kind of go by on the planet.
Right, right. That we still have to pay our bills, we still have to eat, we still have to raise our children if we have children, whatever it is. It's like there's the everyday living stuff that we have to do. And then our spiritual life, and they're not separate.
Right, right.
That's the key, is they're not separate.
Yeah, yeah. So would you like to explain anything about your different modalities that you teach?
Oh my goodness. So I don't know what I don't know how much time we have for one, but I'll briefly explain a few, and then if something kind of catches your ear, so to speak, you can ask me some more questions. So the very first, other than Reiki, I did Reiki way at the beginning, but I don't tend to use that as a practitioner. I view that as just opened me up, and I have the energy of it. The big modality I learned first was rebirthing, which is a breathing technique. At that stage, it was focused on birth trauma, and that if you heal your birth, you can heal everything. It's expanded since that time, but I love the foundational breath work because it's bypassing the brain, and you're able to access what's going on in the body without the conscious control. So rebirthing, cool, love rebirthing. And the other big modality I learned, and I teach rebirthing, the other big modality is 13th Octave LaHoChi. LaHoChi is an energy technique, similar in idea in that it can be hands-on or remote to Reiki, but there's a lot more of the masters, the archangels. There's gifts from the masters and the archangels that are added into it. And it's done from what's called the place of the 13th octave, which is the 13th octave is a place of divine union. So it's basically being united with the divine without die and leave our bodies. So that's kind of where I get the reference of living in the 7th dimension while being grounded on the planet. So that's kind of where. And another modality that I'm teaching and doing is Akashic Field healing. And that's where we access, or where I access, if I'm doing a session, the Akashic records of the person I'm working with. And it's slightly different what people know as an Akashic Field reading, where you're just accessing the information to figure out what's going on in your life. With Akashic Field healing, you're actually going in to uncover traumas which are impacting your life now. And then with the healing of the traumas are unresolved because we haven't got what it is that we're learning, or we haven't been able to look at it, but they're unresolved. So accessing traumas, accessing a lot of energy that's associated with the trauma, and then finding out what it is that the soul is wanting to learn from that experience. So we do what's called a life program. Life program has the core trauma, a bunch of other energies, the soul growth, and then we do a healing affirmation around that and wrap it up that way. So that's the gist of Akashic Field healing. Which I already said I teach that modality as well. So they're big ones.
So now you're getting this, that you tie in all these modalities in a healing session.
Yes.
And they all just pop in.
Yeah. And that it's interesting, that kind of segue to a program I run, a year of healing, which is now longer than a year, but where I teach all the different modalities. So the current program I'm doing is, we're just about finished with the 6 months of 13th Octave LaHoChi. We're going to start 6 months of rebirthing training, and then go into Akashic Field healing. And then when that's finished, what I've been guided to add is a fourth module, which is the integration of all the energies. Because when I started the school, the Academy for Soul Healing, I was guided that it would be the integration of all modalities. And that is how healing is shifting on the planet at the moment. So I was doing all these modalities. So this is the second year that I've done the year-long program, or year plus. Last year we tried, and then COVID happened. That kind of didn't happen. But they're telling me to add how I work. So I'm trying to figure out how to teach how I do what I do by integrating more than one modality, doing a healing session. So that's coming, and that work.
That's cool. Did you hear the garbage truck taking out the trash here?
Life happens.
Yeah, that's fun to create on your own. See, like, because it's nonverbal, and now you're trying to make it verbal to teach it.
Yeah, it's like trying to come up with a blueprint of how you do it.
Yeah.
I always get lots. It's like I get a guidance that I have to do. Well, first of all, the weekend workshops, and then it was like, okay, now you have to expand it and do a bigger program. And I'm going, I have no clue. So my human is going, well, you better tell me what I'm supposed to do, because I don't know. Comes in, it's like I just receive, okay, oh, this is what I have to do, or this is what I have to do. And then as I do different programs, I tweak it as we go along. So there's always shifts and changes in each program that I do. So that's how I.
Is there something that you could leave everybody with? A little message, something?
Yeah. Let me just. Yeah, so the word is love. You are love, and you are loved. And I know I've said that before, but it bears
repeating. Yeah. Simple, right? Keep it simple.
Yeah. Keep it simple. I won't add the other S.
So thank you, Eilis, for sharing. Did we miss anything? What?
My pleasure. I'm sorry, did you ask me a question I just missed?
If you feel like there's anything else that you need to share.
Oh, right. No, I think so. I think we've got the gist. If anyone wants to contact me, I'm sure Stephanie will have information. And yeah. Oh, I know what I have to add. It just occurred to me. I have started using Healy. So if you've heard of a Healy and you want to find out more about it, contact me. I'm not going to go into a pitch about the Healy right now, but if it intrigues you, contact me. If not, just ignore this last comment. Yeah, so that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And it's just exciting. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the world is truly evolving right now, even though it always looked like it.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. That was short and sweet. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.